The shouts echoed around another part of the island. Pounding footsteps rang through the trees, and a man appeared wild-eyed with sadness, with a group of exhausted followers trailing behind, gasping for breath.
"Ferdinand! Ferdinand!" repeated King Alonso. "What strange fish hath made his meal on thee?" Catching up to their king, his courtiers tried to comfort him. With their own eyes, they'd seen Prince Ferdinand swimming through the waves.
"Sir, he may live," said one. "We saw him ride upon the surges and beat upon their backs." But Alonso was not to be comforted. "No, no," he said. "He has gone."
"Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss." The rest of the court turned, shocked, to see Sebastian, Alonso's brother. How could he be so cruel? But Sebastian had not finished.
It was Alonso who had arranged his daughter's marriage to an African prince. Alonso who had compelled them all to go to Africa. And so it was Alonso's fault that Ferdinand was dead and all of them stuck upon this island.
"My lord Sebastian," the wise Gonzalo said, "you rub the sore when you should bring a plaster." Silence fell, and into that silence, conjured by Ariel, a spell to send all of those amongst them to sleep.
All except Sebastian and Antonio, Prospero's brother. As the king started to yawn and stretch, Antonio promised, "We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety."
However, as soon as the king and the others slept, Antonio revealed his real plan. He whispered these sly words in the ear of Sebastian. "Sebastian, my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head. How would it be were they to kill Alonso and Gonzalo whilst they slept?"
Then Sebastian would be king. Their minds full of murder, they crept towards Alonso, drawing their sword, raising them high, about to bring them down, when suddenly a strange music fills the air. A song of warning, sung by Ariel, wakes them with a start.
While you hear this snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy is time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Away, away.
"Why are you drawn?" asked the king.
Staring at their swords, the two treacherous plotters look at each other. What can they say? Antonio's tongue is tied through panic. Surely they have been found out.
We heard a burst of bellowing lions. Sebastian's voice was strangely calm. Their swords were only drawn to save the king and to protect him from these wild beasts. He claims.
Antonio breathes a secret sigh of relief as Alonso seems to accept this. Then, remembering lost Ferdinand, he commands them all to lead off this ground and let's make further search for my poor son.
Dark clouds gathered in the sky above the desolate sands. Thunder rumbled threateningly in the distance. as Caliban struggled along the lonely beach with the wood that Prospero had commanded him to fetch heavy on his shoulders. He cursed his master savagely.
All the infections that the sun sucks up on Prosper fall, roared Caliban. For every little thing that Prospero felt that Caliban did wrong, Prospero punished him. He would send spirits to bite him, and sometimes he would make them into hedgehogs, who with their sharp spines would lie tumbling in his barefoot way. Ouch!
And even now, it seemed, another spirit was coming to torment him. Yes, he could see him. A strange figure in brightly coloured clothing was coming towards Caliban. What horrible torture would this one of Prospero's servants think to do to him?
Caliban decided to hide, flinging himself onto the sand, covering himself with a smelly blanket. But it wasn't a sprite after all. Out of jokes and out of luck came the king's own jester, Trinculo. With another storm brewing, he was searching high and low for somewhere to shelter.
But there's nowhere. Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And suddenly he spies a cloak on the ground, and the hairy legs and feet poking out from underneath.
What have we here? A man or a fish? Trinculo creeps closer and sniffs deeply. Oh! Oof. This is not a pleasant experience. Caliban stinks. Oh, he smells like a fish. A strange fish.
The thunder is getting worse now. Alas, the storm is come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There is no other shelter hereabouts. And so he does. And both Trinculo and Caliban lie there, not moving or speaking.
And then, surprisingly to both of them, the sound of a song reaches their ears. It's not very well sung, this song. The words are a bit slurred, and there are hiccups in the middle of it. But the singer sounds happy.
I shall no more to sea, here shall I die ashore. And weaving and staggering down the beach, bottle in hand, comes King Alonso's butler, Stefano, who has managed to ride a big barrel of wine through the waves to the island.
Stefano was puzzled by the cloak with 4 legs sticking out of it, but no head. Is this some form of monster? He wondered, and he poked it with his foot. "Do not torment me, prithee. I will bring the wood home faster," begged Caliban, convinced that Stefano had been sent by Prospero to hurt him.
Instead, Stefano offers Caliban the bottle of wine. Caliban has never tasted wine before, and he thinks it's wonderful, marvellous, the greatest thing ever. He can't get enough of this delicious liquid, and he quickly becomes drunk. Meanwhile, Trinculo has recognised the voice of his friend Stefano, and they are joyfully reunited.
Oof.
The wine works its own kind of magic on Caliban, who now thinks Stefano is a brave god and bears celestial liquor and offers to serve him as his master. Stefano is delighted to be considered a god and tells Caliban, "Oh, brave monster, lead the way."
Will King Alonso find his son? Is Caliban hatching a plot to get revenge? And what will become of Ferdinand and Miranda? Find out in the next part of The Tempest.